We're live on YouTube. What's going on? Going to Twitter right now. And here is Facebook. In 3, 2, 1.
I like the countdown.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first edition of Insider BA's Road to WrestleMania Rumor Mill. I am your host, as always, Insider BA. My special guest for this week. You've seen him before. He has been on the Quick Jabs, Royal Rumble Talk, hashtag Rumble Talk, back in January with Cody Bergeron and Ryan Miranda, Real Estate X Factor, Cody Bergeron, Earth Boy. This was, I can't remember your nickname that day. I think it was Jericho that day. But today, because of that episode, I have nicknamed him the Unfiltered Brendan Bams Nadeau. He has no filter, so I will apologize for everything he will say today, because as soon as he starts talking, I can't stop him. All right, he's a local fan. But before we get into anything about him, social media, of course, all of our social media accounts are in the description of the video on YouTube and Facebook, of course. As always, My Fantasy Sports Talk, great supporters of us. They always share our stuff. Make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you give them a follow. My Fantasy Sports Talk, they talk about fantasy. I don't know what season. Obviously, football's over, so they're talking about hockey or baseball or basketball, whatever. They always have some good stuff on their website as well. They like to share our stuff. But we also have a blog, wsmacktalk.wordpress.com. This gets posted right as soon as we're end the video. I post it on there. Everything will be shared once again tomorrow for SmackDown Live. You know why I'm here. Basically, I give you the rumors before Raw and SmackDown every week, every Monday between 6 and 7, whenever I can go live. I'm a busy man. He's a busy man. Thank you for being here today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Top rumors this week. Is Coffee Mania really happening? Dean Ambrose's contract situation, and we're going to end the show off with the main event of Roman Reigns' future plans. There's a reason why I decided to schedule Bam today for this episode, the first edition of the Road to WrestleMania Rumor Mill. If you watch Quick Jabs, you can go to our YouTube. He has many thoughts about Roman Reigns and other. I think Rey Mysterio was one of them.
Oh, yeah.
That was another one on that show. I tell you to go watch that show. Is Rumble Talk. I think it was the end of January. It was like the Saturday before Rumble, actually.
Yeah, it was right before the Rumble. So
I tell you right now, go watch that YouTube. It's search People's Podcast, SmackTalk, anything that will any words, keywords, and you will get that video. Quick Jabs, of course, Rumble Talk with this man and his my other two buddies. But the reason is, how did I meet you? I met you through a friend.
Yep.
We're all a big wrestling community here in New England. Of course. How did you begin into the whole wrestling world? When did you begin watching?
Oh, jeez. I started watching when I was a kid. My grandmother would have me and my brother watch it.
Yeah.
And it just, you know what I mean? Then the Attitude Era took over when I was a teenager.
The Attitude Era was obviously like... And,
he flipped back and forth between that and WCW. And just prime time for wrestling, it just got me hooked.
Definitely. Who would you say is your favorite right now?
Right now?
W Superstar male.
Oof. That's tough.
Tough, huh? There's a lot of good talent on the show.
That's a tough one. Daniel Bryan's doing some great work.
Yes,
man.
he is.
I really love Daniel Bryan's work right now.
Yeah.
Then you got Kevin Owens, who, if you don't appreciate Kevin Owens,
I love Kevin Owens.
I don't know what to tell you if you don't appreciate.
He just came back this past Tuesday.
But I think the most overlooked guy on that whole SmackDown roster, probably Samoa Joe. He deserves a title.
I love Samoa Joe. That man is literally just like a beast.
And he's been entertaining to watch since TNA.
Yeah,
he's just unbelievable in the ring. And then now his promo work, especially when he was going after Jeff Hardy and all the stuff he was saying, it was just he's unbelievable, man. I love it so much.
What about for the females? Favorite?
Well, it's not Nia Jax.
Nia Jax, come on. I fell asleep during a match.
Probably
wow.
I'd say Ronda. Just she came in, she did what she wanted to do. She's a huge fan, since she was a kid. So. I mean, she learned the ropes. She did it. I mean, I know she got rushed into it, like we were.
Yes, we were talking about before the show.
I'm sure we'll bring it up again, but
definitely one of the rumors are definitely revolving around Rousey today in the rapid rumors. As always, I do shout out some comments. First comment we have coming in, we got Bill Elliott. He's saying, "Brandon, what's up? When you were a kid, are you a kid, young blood? You have anything to say about that?"
No, man. Bill's my favorite welding inspector. He's a good dude.
All right.
He's a good dude.
Welcome to the show, Bill. I hope you give us a like or follow, unless you're already doing that. I appreciate it. share this video, of course. That's how he gets out there and I get out there. We want to watch. We want everyone to watch this. This man is unfiltered. I tell you that right now.
Bill
just
knows
wait.
that very well.
Just wait until the Roman Reigns topic. Of course, my show is about rumors, but this is the Road to WrestleMania. 5 special editions. This week we have Brendan Nadeau. Next week I will reveal it next Monday or Sunday, however I decide to post it on the next week's special guest, and then that's how I'm going to work it out from there on out. Just schedule it that way so that you guys are on the edge of your seat and who my next special guest will be. That's how I want to roll it with the show. Today's show, of course, if you're not into rumors, I don't know why you're here, but I appreciate why you're here because you're going to give me a like and a follow and a share and a retweet right now. That's what you should do.
And stay tuned because I'm either going to make you really happy and laugh or I'm going to piss you the fuck off.
That main event is coming up. That's the top rumor. Main event of the top rumors, Roman Reigns' future plans. I just gave you a kind of glimpse. It's Roman Reigns, so what do you think he's going to say? He's unfiltered. Stay tuned. But rapid rumors, of course. Arn Anderson, remember him? He got fired last week or a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I'm not sure. Well, he was the designated agent for Alicia Fox, and it's been revealed today that at that live event, she showed up intoxicated. Alicia Fox did, and as an agent, you're supposed to notice that. I know some people like Dan Go was talking about in the group chat with me and Timo. Instead of pulling her off the show, he told her to go still perform intoxicated, which is never good. We saw that once. It was Jeff Hardy in TNA when he faced Sting, I believe, at Victory Road, I believe the name of the pay-per-view was.
Scott Hall had some issues, too.
Scott Hall is another one who has had some issues.
One of my personal favorites, like ever.
Yeah. It was actually at one of the local shows. He was also came to the ring drugged up and intoxicated right out of the airport, right into the ring. He couldn't even make his way to the ropes. It was just terrible.
He did say that was because he just had a seizure before, like the week before, and he was on medication. He's on medication. Like
I
mean, the promoter should have stopped it.
You still got to stop that. Eric Bischoff, when he stopped Jeff Hardy. Arn Anderson, you should have stopped Alicia Fox from going into the ring. Of course, it's a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt, like I always say, right there. Vince McMahon obviously was very angry, took the decision after many incidents with Arn Anderson to future endeavor him. He's probably going to I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in AEW.
He'll end up somewhere.
Definitely
he's
end
too
up somewhere.
good not to.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the greatest of all time, especially wrestling minds.
Oh, my God. One of the 4 horsemen.
Oh, the best faction of all time.
Moving on to the next rapid rumor. W has allowed Kevin Owens to use Stunner as his new finishing move. As for the pop-up powerbomb, which I like over the Stunner because Stunner is stone cold, man. He's gonna continue that move and just like as a signature move or whatever as his matches go on. What's your take on that? Do you like him taking Stone Cold's Stunner?
I like him paying homage to it.
Yeah,
because I mean, I've heard Kevin Owens on a couple podcasts talk about when he met Stone Cold and the advice that he gave him, just to be himself and to continue doing what he's doing. That really helped him go a very long way in Ring of Honor than it ended up in WWE.
Yeah.
So I like the whole homage thing. I didn't like when John Cena did it off the second rope. I don't really like it now because it is signature to him. It's like somebody using like the people's elbow or the rock.
Exactly. It's like who like made this a move, like really made this popular, and it's like I know Becky Lynch does it sometimes at live events. It's a live event. You don't see it on live TV.
That's a lot different than going TV or pay-per-view.
Right. So I don't want Kevin Owens to take. I really like his pop-up powerbomb.
I love it.
That's like an awesome finisher. I know he's a baby face right now. I guess I'm not sure. It's kind of weird.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna see this Tuesday in that fast lane when he's gonna go up against the heel, eco-friendly Daniel Bryan.
And what a great job Daniel
Bryan's doing with the WWE title. So, Dan, you commented right there. Definitely AEW will help Cody build up the show. He's talking about Arn Anderson. I can see him going to AEW. And now we got Tuquan Watt. Welcome to the show. Was there a reason for not using his original move? I didn't read anything about him not using his original move, like a reason for it. Maybe it's not like it's dangerous in a way. Maybe, of course, against Daniel Bryan with his spine and neck and concussion issues. So maybe that's why they don't want to use his pop-up powerbomb this Sunday, and they just want to make him use a Stunner. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that, but I do know I am not a fan of him using the Stunner, and that's just my take on it.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't
You don't think
think
it'll be
it's
his
a permanent
finisher?
thing. No.
I know
I
Seth
wish he would go
Rollins-
back to that package pile driver that he used to use.
Oh, that was good.
That was great when he was in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I loved that move,
There's some
but I
things
know
that
they
are
don't like
banned.
pile drives. And
Yeah, there's
we all
banned
know
moves, and that's just
there's banned moves and banned terms that they don't use, and just
it's just the way the cookie crumbles in Vince McMahon's company, and that's why he's the longest standing professional company.
He's
so
great. He is great.
Can't.
I also
moving
can't
on.
get enough of him when he's on TV.
Vince McMahon?
You
Oh, I
can't
love
put
it.
Vince on TV enough. Like, you can't.
It's like it's like you're on the edge of your seat. Like,
I love
why
it
is he
so
here?
much. I love it.
I love it. Moving on. Tommaso Ciampa is reportedly dealing with some sort of injury that forced him to miss last week's edition of SmackDown Live. He was rumored to. I'm sorry. I thought no, it was Johnny Gargano versus Cesaro, but Tommaso Ciampa was going to be in Gargano's corner with Sheamus in Ciampa's corner. They scrapped the match, and there's some future NXT dates that he's not going to be available at the moment. He's maybe he might be dealing with that injury that he suffered in the tag team match with Sheamus, Cesaro, and Gargano on SmackDown when he debuted on SmackDown. That what it was some move off the top rope. I don't know if you saw it. It was like Sheamus's leg went sideways and his back just landed on it.
Oh.
It was really bad. They both rolled out of the ring. It was just really, really a tough injury. Dane right there was commenting, I'm hearing it's a neck injury, and it's feared it could be serious. That is really bad. I did not know that. Thank you, Dane, for letting me know about that. That sucks. Tommaso Ciampa is a heel. Like,
oh my God.
You are.
He's a throwback. He's a throwback.
Yes,
he
yes.
is one of those guys that has just natural heat. And he does just when he was coming out with the no music in NXT,
oh my
everybody
God.
would just boo.
It was just amazing.
Oh, it was great. He's definitely. I didn't think he was going to be a good champ. I thought he wasn't what they needed, and he was too small.
Yeah.
At first, but then he started getting all that heat and turning it on. I'm like, I love
it. Do you
much.
remember how he debuted? Well, like way back before he was even Tommaso Ciampa. You probably don't remember.
I know that he was a cop at some point.
Yeah, they're always cops.
Extras
like,
and stuff
they're
like
always
that.
a cop.
Same thing
Or
with
they're
Bobby
dancing to
Roode
the ring
and all
with
that.
whoever the dancer gimmick they have going on right now. No Jose is that current person.
Tommaso Ciampa is from around this area, so.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, so
Correct.
I saw him wrestle like at XWA and like Chaotic Wrestling and all that.
Oh,
stuff
nice.
Too, so
I didn't know that.
yeah, he's been good for a while.
Well, back in the day, he was in a segment with The Undertaker on SmackDown where he was like some type of lawyer or something. He had hair. And he got his ass handed to him. He got chokeslammed. I don't know if he got tombstone, but you guys should go watch it on YouTube. That's.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
You should definitely. Let's see. Dane's commenting. They may have to rewrite his plans for Takeover. And there you go. Dane just said it. He went face to face with Undertaker years ago. He had long hair and everything. Yeah. So Dane knows exactly what I'm talking about. You should definitely have to watch that.
I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah. Moving on now. You said Ronda Rousey is your favorite female superstar. I have some words about Ronda. I've said it before. I will not repeat them. You'll watch previous episodes on how I feel about Ronda and how they rushed everything with her. But W really isn't happy with Ronda Rousey's tweets that's been going. If you watch this past week, Becky and Ronda have been bickering back and forth. And it has more to do with the language that Ronda's been using. W is perfectly fine with Rousey and Lynch using social media to add fire to their feud because clearly Ronda can't kill it on the mic in the ring.
I don't agree with that. I think the fans get on her, and nobody listens.
The fans get in her head, man.
That they do.
She throws out big
words.
But
at the same time, when she's talking and the fans are, I don't understand how they turn on her so quick. Like, you can get mad at the booking and do all that shit.
Yeah, the booking. It's like Roman Reigns.
But you
booking.
have to appreciate what she's done. You know what I mean?
I appreciate everything she's done. But I still like her. I am not a fan of what they're doing with her.
That's fair.
That's the way
That's
I see
fair.
Ronda Rousey. That's why my favorite right now is still Alexa Bliss.
Oh, well.
Good God.
You can give me Mandy Moore, too.
Oh, Mandy, not Mandy Moore.
Mandy
Rose. Oh,
yeah,
I love Mandy Rose. Who doesn't like Mandy Rose? Come on. So W, like I said, is perfectly fine with the whole social media adding fire to their feud. However, they didn't approve the word for word, like for the tweets of all going off script and the calling out Becky Lynch's real name of Rebecca Quinn and moving into the whole the bad word, whatever she said. Like, it was obviously, if you go watch the tweets, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's definitely out of character and not what they're trying to do. But then again, it could be all possibly all part of a work, and this is just W's well aware what's going on.
I think the way that the WWE has handled a lot of rumors lately, like, oh, they're not happy with this person. The next thing you know, they're in a title match.
Yeah. It's like Revival.
So I think as soon as something leaks out, they're on top of it.
Yeah.
And they know. It's definitely a controlled leak. I don't think Vince has any leaks on that shit that he doesn't know about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. How mad can you be when Ronda Rousey's going to headline the first woman's?
Dane's right there.
And that's the name value right there.
Right.
Like
that's the thing with Ronda. It's the name value. And
That's
that's why
it.
I understand what they did. I just don't like what they did. It's just
Yeah,
a lot
which
of
is
people.
they've definitely forced it down the throats, just like they did
Second
with
match,
Roman
third
and all
match.
that
Come
stuff.
on.
Like,
You didn't earn it.
no, she didn't.
You earned it in UFC, but that's UFC. This is WWE.
But that's what WWE does.
Right.
They take
previous
the
accomplishments
names,
and make it W's
You
accomplishments.
can't blame them for that though, because
I can't,
you know what I mean?
but
Like the casual fan knows who she is. And there's
Correct.
fans from the UFC that she had previously that might not have watched wrestling, and they're like, oh, I like Ronda. So let me check this out.
And it gets them into I totally
And it
understand why
legitimized
they
that
did
title
it.
for a little while.
Yes.
She is
I understand why they did
hands
it.
down
It's
the
just it is what it is, unfortunately.
woman.
Dane saying she completely killed Kate. Kate, yeah, exactly. She completely went out of character with the whole tweets and all that. Kevin, welcome to the show. Who faced Taker with long hair? So we were talking about Tommaso Ciampa. He didn't really face him. He was a lawyer. Go watch that. Go just type in Tommaso Ciampa back in the day, or like some segment on the Taker. It's bound to come up on YouTube. Definitely, that's where Tommaso Ciampa really was ever on TV at first. But moving on now, I like this one. The Usos versus the Hardy Boys are rumored for WrestleMania for the titles. You saw Matt Hardy return last week on SmackDown. Not really the delete gimmicks, kind of whatever. But I don't know what do you feel about that? Like,
I'm sick of seeing Jeff Hardy. I'm tired of him.
He is beaten up. If that's what you're.
He's in rough shape, man.
He's really in rough shape.
I mean,
I know Matt Hardy's in the best shape of his life.
He looks
right now.
great. I'd love to see the version 1 gimmick come back.
Oh my God, with Shannon Moore.
I'm telling you.
That is, I totally forgot about the version.
Oh my God, it was one of my favorite things, especially when he had it on the side.
Yes,
where he would Matt Hardy does like mayonnaise on a sandwich and like stupid. You know what I mean? Matt Hardy loves mustard. I loved it.
The facts that was in the whole the entrance video. I know exactly
terrific.
what you're talking. They even come out and it's just like, yo, yeah, and it's just facts. Oh, I love that. Honestly, was hilarious.
It was great. It was great. That and then his Ring of Honor gimmick too. I don't know if you watched much of that, but before he went to TNA, he was doing like I forget what he worded it, but it was an upgraded version 1, and it was like he was rich and like he didn't care what anybody thought. He was better than everybody else, and he played it off so well.
Yeah,
dude. It was so.
I definitely have to go look into that.
It was so great.
Two Quans are commenting on that rumor. Do not want to see the Hardy Boys win another title.
No,
don't know if they can win another title. I do know that they're with the company for another year. I think the contract situation definitely got cleared up with them.
That was another rumor too, that Matt Hardy was done, and then they were going to make him a backstage producer. And all of a sudden,
and now
he comes out.
Got in better shape. The whole hip. I don't know if he had hip surgery or whatever was going on with the fusing of his spine, and from just those bumps you take from back in the day. They
especially with all their table matches and the ladder match that they went through.
Jeff Hardy's literally.
I just feel like they need to swing one way or another with that Matt Hardy broken gimmick.
Yes,
because it was one of my favorite things I think I've ever seen in wrestling.
Yep.
When it was in TNA, me and the big man Cody we would get together and watch those final deletions and all this stuff, and it was great. You know what I mean? But now it's just.
Dane brings up a good point right here. The Hardy Boys together is what's best for the tag team division. What do you think?
I don't think that. They have a lot of great tag teams out there. They don't use Gallows and Anderson.
They don't use Gallows and Anderson.
Those guys were the best tag team in the world when they were
love Gallows and Anderson. New Day, I mean.
New Day is what they are.
They are what they are.
They're a draw, and they're fun to watch.
I'd rather have Cesaro on his own. I love Antonio Cesaro, if you remember when he used to be called Antonio. It's Cesaro, Sheamus, The Bar. Like,
I hate that gimmick.
I'm
not a Sheamus guy.
Oh, I'm not a Sheamus guy either. I am not a Sheamus guy. I'm more of a Cesaro guy. So, then you got the Revival, which they finally gave the titles, but they're jobbing out to NXT talent now. So I don't know what they're doing.
And that tag team doesn't make sense either. The Aleister Black and Ricochet. Ricochet's a nice little gimmick if you like that flippity flop shit, but I don't see anything like that I've never seen before. Like they hype this dude up and then they put him in a half-ass tag team that beat the champs without a title match. I don't get it.
Okay. See, that's why you're here.
His Prince Puma stuff was unbelievable on Lucha. That was impressive.
You're here for your opinion. That's why I bring special guests for this 5-week Road to WrestleMania edition of Insider BA's Rumor Mill. Definitely definitely appreciate you being here. But moving on now, it was reported a few weeks ago that the company was now refusing to allow any stars to leave the Hall of Fame ceremony because last year Goldberg was doing a speech, the main event of the show,
I hate
to
Goldberg.
a half.
That's a guy that didn't belong in the Hall of Fame. I hate Goldberg. I really do. What? So what? He had what? How many matches did they say? His 187
200.
straight, right? No, I'm saying he had like
Oh, in
187
WCW?
straight wins, right?
Yeah.
I think he might have had a total of 5 minutes in the ring.
And those 187 matches?
Yeah, and then they took the title off of Kevin Owens and then gave it to him, and that was just a waste.
Yeah.
Just to have Brock destroy him, which I loved so much.
Which I know you're a big Brock Lesnar guy, so I could totally understand. But yeah, like I was saying, the whole Hall of Fame ceremony, the way it's
Cesaro with hair.
There it is. So if you could see it right there. That's Tommaso Ciampa.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Tommaso Ciampa in his segment right there with hair.
Thank you, Nate. Appreciate it, buddy. My friend Nate D'Amico sent that to me.
Thank you for watching.
Appreciate it.
But like I was saying, that basically the whole routine they're going to do a Hall of Fame ceremony basically is they're going to not allow people to leave. The speeches will be given a time limit so people don't go over. And the company could be getting rid of inductors and just, hey, there's Jerry the King Lawler. What do you think? I mean, the inductors, it's like,
I think they should set a limit on what they say and how
exactly.
long it
There should be a
does.
time limit on what the
But you do.
say.
I mean, that's half of getting in the Hall of Fame.
You have
it's showing that
to
appreciation.
Yes,
that has brought you up and done it. Like the NFL does it, the NBA does, the MLB does it. You know what I mean? You have somebody, hey, listen, like this person deserves it.
Yeah,
and then there's a reason why that person is inducting you into the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
And that's just how it should be. I love it. I don't love a lot of the talent that they bring into the Hall of Fame. They bring in a lot of guys that are just not worth it.
Right? Because you, who's the one person?
There's been a few, but yeah, there's
someone that's in the Hall of Fame right now. You have to
well, I don't like Goldberg. I understand why he's in because he won all those titles and all that stuff. But there is, I mean, who went in last year?
Can't remember, to be honest.
Dude,
I never watched the Hall of Fame, so it doesn't even matter to me.
Yeah, it's just
the only time I watch anything about the Hall of Fame is when they announce who's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame and when they come off WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's the only time I really look at Hall of Fame.
Honky Tonk Man is well deserved.
Honky Tonk. So
you're
a fan of Honky Tonk.
Well, one of the greatest Intercontinental champs ever.
How about this man right here? Speaking of the Hall of Fame,
yeah,
Brutus the Barber Beefcake is rumored to be joining the Hall of Fame induction. What do you think? Class of 2019. Ugh. See, there's one right there you're not a fan of.
It's just disgusting. Like he doesn't belong in it.
He's part of that famous segment with Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, man.
Oh, my favorite segment. My brother
So there you go.
But Shawn Michaels made that segment.
Of course he made that segment.
That was terrific.
But it's Brutus the Barber Beefcake show, man.
You know what it was, though? You know what really sold that was Bobby the Brain Heenan going, one's no good without the other. And then Shawn Michaels hits him with a super kick, throws him, and he goes, I told you he was going to do that. It was that right there. It sold that whole thing. Bobby the Brain. Is Donald Trump in the Hall of Fame? That's a man that they should induct. Let's see.
He's not in the Hall of Fame.
If you want to talk about deserving celebrities, there you go.
Boom. There you go. Like I said, the unfiltered Bam Nadeau with a hot take right there. Donald Trump, induct that man to the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame. He was at WrestleMania 21, I believe, when the hair versus hair, whatever it was, match.
Bobby Lashley.
Oh, what a joke. That's another man I'm not a fan of. But going into comments, I know there's a question I missed. I got to go back to you too, Quan. Question for the fellas: Becky's not in the match, but she's rumored. Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey title match, still main event WrestleMania. What do you think?
It's going to be main event because Becky's going to be in it. Yeah. Do I
agree? I mean, would you rather see Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar?
Here's the thing: we were just talking about this. WrestleMania is such a long show.
7 hours.
You are going to put a match that everybody wants to see at the end, which makes sense. But at some time, that fatigue sets in. So and I'm not talking about the wrestlers, I'm talking about the fans.
The fans are there for so long.
Now you're talking 6.5, 6 hours and 45 minutes into the show, and now you're going to put on the match everybody wants to see. Are they going to have the energy to give it what they deserve? Because that rivalry is very interesting.
Yep.
I don't think women should ever main event, but I just don't think it draws. I'm not paying to go watch. I mean, look, how well did that women's paper?
The women's pay-per-view, which I'm going to get into. That's actually my next.
It wasn't
top
great.
rapid
You know what I mean? It wasn't great. So I just don't think that Becky Lynch.
I mean,
people are gonna get mad anyway. So fuck it. Becky Lynch isn't a draw. She's not a name that you.
Boom.
I'm not paying my money to go see Becky Lynch. I mean, it's a cute little thing to put in the middle or even at the end. You can put her second to last. And Ronda Rousey is a sort of main eventer, but even on her big UFC cards, they always had a co-main event. You just don't pay that kind of money to watch it. It's not top-end wrestling. It's not as good as the matches you're going to see on the earlier part of the card.
Yes.
Charlotte Flair is unbelievable. I have nothing but respect and love for that woman.
Okay.
I think she's incredible in the ring. Ronda Rousey's come a long way in the ring. And Becky Lynch is very entertaining, and it's a cute gimmick that she's doing. I'm the man. Ooh, look at me. But you're not going to draw like a man does. And that's just how it is. Like, that's just how it is. I just don't see it. And if you're going to sit here and say that you're doing it, you're a liar.
Another hot take for you. That's why I'm happy you're on this show today. The Unfiltered, Bam, Nadeau. We got some comments thrown in. Oh man,
I'm sure.
Definitely got to get into this now.
I'm sure.
Let's see. I lost my track. Dude, it's the hot takes this man has is unbelievable.
I don't think it's high. I think it's just something nobody else wants to say. They're just not a
And that's why you're here to say it.
It is what it is.
This is your hot take. That's what it is.
And I love watching women wrestle around and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's cute, but it's just not. It's not something I'm going to be like, oh my God, I need to see this. Like, would you ever think that a woman's referee will ever come close to a Stone Cold Rock? No. They're never going to sell that many WrestleManias. That's never going to happen.
All right, okay.
That's what I look at as a draw. You know what I mean? It just is what it is.
So Tuquan is actually in agreement with you. He'd rather see Brock versus Seth close the show. No disrespect to the ladies.
Yep.
Make that
disrespect.
Disrespect. Boom, right there. I've been saying make that a co-main event.
Mm-hmm.
He won't pay to see Becky main event. LOL.
No, neither would you, so stop lying.
Dane right now is saying the Becky storyline has been carrying WWE TV all year. Tuquan just said, Brendan, you are the man.
It's not carrying WWE.
Say it as it is, buddy. That's true facts.
It's not. It's a good storyline, and it's definitely going to headline the woman's side of things. And
of course,
that's what it is.
Right.
But let's be realistic about it. Is nobody's paying to go watch Smack. You're paying to go watch guys like AJ Styles. You're paying to watch guys like Daniel Bryan do his thing.
Yeah.
You're not being like, oh my God, if I miss Becky Lynch, it's just not going to happen. Like, let's just call a spade.
That's your opinion, man. Some people might not agree with you. Some people will. And that's just the way it is, you know. But the rumor was, of course, the whole Hall of Fame. And there actually was a question again. What do you think about Shawn Michaels being the only other man other than Ric Flair inducted twice? I'm a fan of it.
I like it.
I love Shawn Michaels. He is my favorite superstar of all time.
Cody and I have this argument all the time. I think when you talk about greatest of all time, I think the conversation starts and ends with Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels.
Which brings me to my announcement that we'll bring in later in the show about, I'll just say this, hashtag March to Mania. I said that last week, and I'm going to say hashtag GOAT, greatest of all time. Stay tuned for the end of the show about my special announcement that I said last week is going to happen today. The end of the show. Stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it. But moving on now, Dane's saying what other programs have been even close to what they have been doing, the two of the greatest. He's talking about the women's right now.
I'll go through a mid-card one, and you can put Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe because I'd rather see that than Becky Lynch. Anything with Daniel Bryan, I'm sold on. Brock Lesnar, you put him on TV, I'm paying. I'm going to watch it. I love Brock Lesnar. He's a main attraction.
Okay.
He is what he is.
All right.
Women aren't a main attraction. You're lying to yourself, and you sound like an idiot.
There you go.
It's a nice story. It's a nice storyline, and it's going to carry segments. I like that. That's fine. But it just you're not throwing your hard-earned money to go watch two women wrestle mediocrely. It's just not. Would you ever say that a women's match could top Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon? You know what I mean? Like, you can't do Steamboat Flair and then see like, oh, this women's match was in the same breath.
Right.
Taker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. Is there ever going to be something that's going to pull on your heartstrings like that for a
no?
Over what?
Because
Mandy Rose is trying to flirt with what's her name's husband.
Jimmy
no, don't do that. You're lying. Dude. Shut up. You're a liar. and it doesn't matter.
Oh man, Dane just saying that feud was trash. The whole Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy, which I mean, it kind of fell flat.
That's making my point, though.
Yeah.
Like that's the point I'm making.
I think we should just move on because there's a lot of comments, and I just, oh my God, Dane just said there's no one is invested in the Lesnar Rollins match.
I don't think that's true.
I will say this: they haven't really said anything about it because of
I think they
Seth
made a
Rollins'
mistake
injury.
making the match because I don't think that as it should have been Braun versus Brock.
Yeah, I mean,
WWE dropped the ball on that.
They dropped the ball really hard on Braun Strowman, unfortunately.
They really did. They dropped the ball horribly on Braun Strowman. He should have had the title a year ago.
Yeah.
He deserves it. He's the one guy, I believe, in that locker room that can give Brock a real fight.
A run for his money.
Like a real fight.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking about a monster. He is literally a
among men.
monster.
Yeah.
Like,
and unfortunately, WWE was stupid because Roman Reigns is still with the company. We're going to get to that top rumor. Don't forget about that as the main event of the top rumor.
But Seth is their new Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
And I want to see that match because they haven't had a match one-on-one. They started two on Raw. Brock versus Seth.
Correct.
They started two on one Raw, and then it got broken up. I forgot how it happened, but it ended up getting broken up, and then turned into like this big brawl, and then it just got separated.
Right.
Seth Rollins is one of those guys, just like AJ Styles, that can have a 5-star match with anybody.
Correct. AJ Styles is phenomenal. Seth Rollins burns it down every week.
And Brock sells for who Brock wants to sell for. And I think he likes Seth Rollins. I think it'll be a good match. It'll definitely be a fun one to watch.
Okay. Dane's saying Braun versus Brock is even worse. He lost all of his luster, which is true.
That's what I'm saying.
He's definitely true. And he's been beat twice in less than 5 minutes. I know Baron Corbin was a factor in one of them. Like basically, they dropped the ball at Braun Strowman. But to move on now with the rapid rumors, because I really need to get the top rumors because Raw is going live in 40 minutes roughly. But basically, the entire 2019 pay-per-view card has been released if you haven't seen it yet. But on that card, we said it earlier, there is no listed women's pay-per-view like there was this past year, Evolution. Of course, like last year was in October. There was an open spot in October without a pay-per-view name. No one knew what it was going to be, and then they finally announced Evolution. This means that the most the woman can hope for is a pay-per-view sandwich between two other events, which would only allow for around 2 weeks build. So
why? Because people don't pay for women's matches.
It's just proving your point more, huh, Bams?
It's just a whole run swing.
All right. Moving on to not this year, but next year's WrestleMania. I actually, after I got off, ended the show last week, I got a text from my buddy who lives in Florida. They've been saying it, and then about 30 minutes after he texted me, the rumor websites went wild with it. WrestleMania 36 is rumored to being held in Tampa, Florida next year, and I wouldn't be surprised if The Rock gets inducted next year into the Hall of Fame.
I'm surprised.
It's around the Hall of Fame topic before. I think it's Florida. I know it's not Miami, but still, The Rock. We have Batista returning this year. The Rock probably. They always have some big guy come back or whatever. So I wouldn't be shocked by that. But of course, we're moving on to tonight's show. The go home show for Fastlane is this Sunday. The People's Podcast predictions will be this Thursday. Don't forget to tune into that. But Finn Balor could be getting a new title challenger for Fastlane or WrestleMania tonight. Vince could crown Charlotte as the new champ. There is a rumor of the Shield reunion, which I will get into later on in my top rumors. And of course, Batista might appear again, which I loved it. So your new backstage people, Bruce Pritchard and Jeff Jarrett and Sanjay Dutt, Abyss, and whoever else is in that, Gregory Helms, aka Hurricane.
Yep. That
whole list, I know Anderson's gone, but whatever you guys did, I know creative is part of it, and Vince, of course, controls everything. That last week's Raw, I really liked. I know Dane, he always has something to say, but he did like SmackDown last week.
Yep.
Which SmackDown was also good. Yep. So definitely an interesting week. I hope it comes with as much fire as tonight's go home show and tomorrow's go home show.
That Batista segment was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I did not even expect it.
No,
I know it was always rumored Batista versus Triple H.
But we've heard that for a while too.
Right. Triple H is injured, so it's like I didn't expect him to come back that soon. It's just
and to put Triple H with another guy that's just coming back instead of having a full timer be taken out of like a rivalry that could go longer than it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than just one pay per view.
Yeah.
To do a kill off with him and Batista is perfect.
It'd be unbelievable.
That's a money match right there. That's a WrestleMania match. That's great.
There you go.
I love it.
Tuquan says, I think the ladies should get their own show. Similar to NXT.
Oh, so you can watch it just like everybody watches 205 Live.
Right. So I don't think that would be a good idea because I don't even watch 205 Live. So moving on to the next comment. Kevin, thanks for watching. Thoughts on Shawn Michaels passing the torch to Seth Rollins in one last match? I think Seth Rollins is compared to Shawn Michaels in this day and age. I don't want to see it.
Shawn's done.
Shawn, like, he had that match at Crown Jewel, and he's like, fuck this.
Did you see him mouth that to Triple H? They caught it on camera. And
Yeah.
one time he goes, "We are too old for this shit."
Yes.
And I love Shawn Michaels. I'm a huge Shawn Michaels mark.
I would love to see Shawn Michaels anytime, but it's just like.
And if they're going to bring him back, it's got to be AJ Styles.
Right.
It's got to be Styles versus Michaels. That'd be something I'd pay for.
Ooh.
Think about that.
What about Shawn Michaels versus Daniel Bryan? That is his.
That's money. Yeah. But Michaels won't do it.
Teacher versus student.
Michaels won't do it. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't want to do it for the past 8 years, but money talks. Crown Jewel.
That's true.
Saudi Arabia, man.
A lot of money.
I don't even know what the hell you guys. I hope you guys. I mean, clearly they haven't really said anything about Saudi Arabia's show after Mania. Not like last year where they had the greatest Royal Rumble overshadowing WrestleMania. So good job on your part. Don't give a shit about Saudi Arabia right now. Let me have WrestleMania. That's the reason why it's the grandest stage of them all.
WWE should go full heel and do an all-women's pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia.
Let me write that one down. Wow. Like I said, the Unfiltered fam, always with the hot takes. Tuquan's going back on the comment. Just for the sake of everyone being on Raw and SmackDown, they should need to break shit up. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of talent. Obviously, there's a lot of talent these days.
There's too much.
There's definitely too much.
There's too much. And as bad as that sounds, they're just getting buried. And
Exactly.
It's not WWE's fault.
No,
they just have too many guys.
Too many guys, and W doesn't know how to book them.
Yeah. And
Perfect example, Bray Wyatt.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
I love Bray.
I hope he shows up tomorrow at our Truth's Open United States Challenge.
I would like
again.
to see him come back and help out Braun go against those other guys.
Unbelievable. Like,
you know what I mean?
there's so
the
many
lights
things
go off and then you throw Bray out there.
There's so many things they could do.
They dropped the ball with him, though.
They dropped another man. They dropped the ball.
And it started years ago because they could have had him beat Taker and become the new Taker at Mania. But
right.
I love the whole Brock thing because it surprised everybody.
Oh,
nobody expected it.
No one expected that.
And Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar.
Right.
Get used to it. Like it a lot.
Right.
No, he's just the shit.
Exactly. I know you're a big fan of Brock Lesnar.
Love him.
There is no Brock Lesnar in my top rumors because now it is time for the top rumors of the show. I know we kind of rapid rumors are supposed to be quick, but that's why it's a special guest. It's 5-week special edition of Insider BA's Road to WrestleMania Rumor Mill, and it's definitely going to be a longer show than usual because we got the local fans' opinion, and I just want them to be out there. I know every week it's just me and a SmackTalk co-host team member. We need to change it up a little bit. It's Road to WrestleMania. Everyone should be hyped up. Speaking of being hyped up right now, is Coffee Mania going to happen?
Oh yeah, it's the way that it's definitely happening. Like I love the wrench that they threw in there,
right?
Because you're bringing back Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens, and then you're going to say, well, I mean, he's a draw.
Exactly.
He's a name, and it is what it is. So what do? You get the fans more pissed off at Daniel Bryan, and he didn't even have to do anything.
He didn't do anything at
all.
He
was just standing in the ring.
He's sitting there,
you know what I mean? Just smiling away, and then you have that good feeling for WrestleMania for Kofi.
I know Kevin Owens was saying the whole I'm coming back early March. And then when Vince just put him in this match, I know he was rumored to face Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
I would have loved that too.
So going into my actual top rumor, W is taking Kingston out of the match at Fastlane because he could instead be set for a much bigger match at WrestleMania. The original plan called for Kevin Owens to take on Daniel Bryan at the biggest show of the year. But Kofi Kingston's recent connection with the whole W universe being behind him and all that forced W to believe in Coffee Mania. The current plan is to have Kofi Kingston go up against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35 in a singles match. Here's the best part. The WWE is actually thinking about putting the title on him.
That'd be great. Kingston. That'd be great.
I know
they didn't expect all the positive return that they got when they threw him in that match. I didn't expect that. I thought he was just a throw-in.
Exactly. Like I know, like he had that previous push, and
he got hot.
Randy Orton kind of just killed it and then he got back at him.
He got hot at the perfect time because they needed somebody.
Right, because Mustafa Ali. Yeah. This was supposed to be Mustafa Ali's spot. Which I don't know how I would have felt about that. I mean, I like whatever. I don't mind.
He's a cute 205 Live guy, but he's not something that's worth my money.
See, so it's
Kofi's been doing it for
Kofi's been doing it for what, 11 years, 9 years, something like that.
He's always entertained, always put on a good match. I mean, this New Day thing was great.
Yes.
Like, and
you should keep the New Day thing going.
He had the Intercontinental title for a while.
He did.
He's held a lot of different titles.
I think the World Champion is the only title he's missing from being a.
Did he hold the U.S. title?
Yeah, I think he did. I did. I'm not sure. But then again, he can grab that later on. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
That's such a mid card.
This would be a good one for him, though, because of the momentum that he's got.
Exactly. So it's just like I'm behind it. I'm behind Coffee Mania. I love Daniel Bryan, though. But
he's not a guy you build a show around, though.
No.
He's one of those guys, you give him the title, you give him a couple months, you know what I mean? A couple pay-per-views.
He's a SmackDown champion.
Yes. He's not going to be a Daniel Bryan where he can carry a show or eventually they got to put the title on somebody that's going to be able to carry a show for a long time.
Like AJ Styles did.
Yeah, AJ Styles definitely did.
I mean,
I would definitely somehow, because he's going to be a face, you throw Samoa Joe out there and let him win the title.
You should have the title a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But Kofi does deserve it. I'm not going to say he doesn't deserve it, but he shouldn't get a long run because he's just like, it's like a Jinder Mahal thing. It's good for a short-term thing, but you're definitely not going to put your money where your mouth is when it comes to Kofi Kingston. Right. He's not going to sell the merch. He's not going to do all that stuff.
Correct. You got single-handedly won't do it.
The group itself is great.
Right.
But you can't.
But I think he deserves this moment. Give it to him, and then he got his moment. A month later, loses it. I mean, 2 months, however long it takes. I know, perfect example. If Jinder Mahal could be champ, Kofi Kingston should just be champ. That's all I'm going to say about that.
He definitely deserves it. There's no doubt about it.
Moving on, Dame comments, the odds of Kofi winning the title at Mania went through the roof. So there are the betting odds are clearly already going through the roof right there, as we're saying. Dane just agreed. He was a U.S. champ.
All right. Yeah.
So I think this is the only title he was missing for being.
So that would be the only title then. Yeah.
The only title. What's the name they have for it?
The Grand Champ or whatever.
The Grand Slam champ. Grand Slam champ. It's the only title he's missing. Kevin saying, Kevin Solow Jr., Brock is a shit part-timer and washed up, same old match every time. Just keep changing opponents.
Yeah. Keep that up because he's a fucking draw. There's a reason why they pay him the money that they do. There's a reason why UFC wants him. He's unbelievable. And
my take on the whole Brock Lesnar, I know the part-timer, it's like, it sucks. It is what it is.
He's a special attraction when he comes in.
Special attraction. I've said it before. If Ronda Rousey was like Brock Lesnar, I would not have as much hate right now. I would just hate the fact that the title's on TV.
Yeah, and that's how this all started.
Attraction.
That's how this all started. Was everybody's sick of it not being on the? Yeah. So I'm guessing you're one of those fans that pissed me off because you'll bitch and moan that the title's not on TV all the time, and then have the same complaints when Roman Reigns is doing this. And I hate Roman Reigns, but you gotta. Brock is a special attraction. Who is more legitimate than Brock Lesnar to hold that title? Who's honest in an honest fist fight? Who could beat Brock Lesnar?
Braun Strowman, but that's
it.
They dropped the ball.
They really dropped the ball on that.
Finn Balor had a good shot. I mean, I know you don't like Finn Balor.
I like Finn Balor. I just didn't want to see him beat Brock.
Right.
You're not going to tell me that this guy the size of Steven Fisher could beat Brock Lesnar. It's not. I wanted to see him ragdoll him around, dude. It's just the way it is. The bully wins. This is real life. It is what it is. The guy is twice your size, and he's a legitimate badass. You think he's going to get beat by a guy like Finn Balor? No, it doesn't happen.
Right.
This isn't. Well, I guess it is fairy tales because WWE, but
all right,
you got to make it somewhat believable,
somewhat legitimate.
Yeah,
I understand. But now, like I was saying, Coffee Mania, it's rumored and it's the current plan for WrestleMania to happen. So if he wins it, I hope, because I'm going to be there and that crowd will go wild.
That crowd's going to go nuts.
Unbelievably wild. Yeah. Dane just said no one is more legitimate than Brock. So
absolutely.
There you go. So you guys can agree on that.
We do agree on
that. Patrick Ryan, welcome to the show. Any gimmick for the Triple H versus Batista match? I don't think there'll be any stipulation that if that's what you're asking. I think that whatever they're going to build, clearly, I didn't expect. I mean, it was always rumored, but Triple H's injury clearly changed things up. But now it's definitely going to happen because, like Batista said on this past week, do I have your attention now?
Oh, that was
Which do you remember who said that phrase back in the day? Not back in the day, a few years ago. Do I have your attention now? Does it ring a bell?
No.
CM Punk.
Oh my God, yeah, that's right.
Do I have your attention now?
Oh man.
Think it was a dig?
I can't
Think it was a
wait for
dig?
him to go to AEW and just shock the
Oh,
world.
that would be that. Now that I would be interested. Hey, speaking of I know you're talking about Finn Balor. Fish Balor just joined the show. Welcome to the show, Steve Fisher.
Late as usual.
But moving on to the second top rumor before we get to the Roman Reigns main event. This actually is revolving around Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, but Roman Reigns reportedly did not know about Dean Ambrose's contract plan until recently when he was asked for his thoughts on it by a fan. Reigns then reportedly responded, "I'll take care of that." So it is now thought that Ambrose could be set to resign with the company in the coming weeks if he's able to be part of the storylines with his longtime friend. Because that was one of the things. It's like, I mean, I know Seth Rollins is a friend, but it's like Roman was always that guy he was always on the road with, like that guy you drive with and all that. You lost Roman for his leukemia, and then I know you're laughing, Bam. We're gonna get to the main event. Hold on. But like I said, this past week, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns had that heart to heart at the top of the stage. Ambrose apparently made the call to not go out to join Rollins and Reigns during that segment. It's being said that Ambrose is visibly quite emotional backstage during the announcement, which could be the reason why he decided against joining his Shield brothers. I mean, they kind of ruined this whole heel turn and everything. They did. They screwed that up so bad. And
typical booking.
Typical WWE booking.
Big Show heel turns.
Moving into the comments now before we get to that main event. I know you've been waiting.
I'm itching.
Yeah, you're
itching.
You're going back and forth. Dan the Man, welcome to the show. Danny Sadinsky. Tori Wilson's in the Hall of Fame. Woo!
Terrific.
See, I know you. If you haven't been watching Dan, you should definitely rewind. He is not like the whole. You just go. I tell you, go watch. He's unfiltered. So I'll tell you that much. Dane's saying, I doubt Dean Ambrose still resigns because his creative will still be shit, which is really true. The rumored match for Mania way back when, before Roman Reigns' announcement and Dean Ambrose was supposed to turn heel on Roman Reigns, and that was going to set up the Dean versus Roman Universal Championship match at WrestleMania. Unfortunately, moving into my next top rumor, of course. Hey, we're here. Main event time. Bam.
Oh, I can't.
I know you've been waiting, but the Roman Reigns' future plans. So, you saw last week, Roman Reigns officially announced he is in remission from his leukemia. And W is now advertising Roman Reigns to appear on almost all the Raw shows till May 6th.
It's a miracle.
He's booked to appear at a live European tour in May. And it's surprising. It's kind of surprising that W has booked him for so many shows, considering he's just returned after serious illness. I will stop there and give you the mic.
Well, I mean, it's not tough to come back from an illness that you faked. I think WWE went a little far with this one. This one kind of pisses me off. You're going to fake a leukemia thing so we can go film a movie. What was he, like a month after he said he had leukemia and dropped the title? He was out there filming a movie, and then what's been 3 months?
4 months.
Yeah.
October he made the announcement.
And I'll just compare it to a lot of you guys around here. I understand Jerry Remy missed out. You know what I mean? He doesn't even do anything physical like the way Roman Reigns does. He still missed time because he had to go through the treatments and all that. You don't go through treatments and then a month and a half later, magically you're good. You can film a movie, do all these action parts, run around, still lift weights the way he's lifting weights because you can't say he lost anything because he looks the same.
Right.
And then he comes back 4 months later, magically now he's got a full schedule ahead of him because there's no fatigue or anything that comes with cancer treatments. It's unless you're going to flip this on its head and then make a heel turn out of it, it's a bullshit move. And but anybody saying, "Oh, he could be," shut up, because no, it doesn't happen. It's not possible to look that way after a month and a half because you can look at all the pictures and all the clips, and the movie will come out soon, I'm sure.
Yeah,
it's just disgusting.
W24, whatever they do.
It's disgusting. And the fact that he's out there smiling saying, "I'm in remission," is offensive to everybody that's ever gone through it or had family members go through it.
Right.
And
I really hope it's not fake. I mean, I've said this before. I don't want cancer for Roman Reigns. No. But I just hope this isn't storyline, just because this is not the direction you go.
Anything to get that cheap pop for Roman Reigns. And that's what it seems like.
I know Vince McMahon is really like he definitely sold his soul to the devil. That's for damn sure. with screwing Bret Hart back in Montreal,
I
killing
love
himself on live TV.
There was a million things, and they wouldn't
It's
do it.
tough. It's a really.
Of course they would do it. It's the WWE. He once wanted to put a storyline where he impregnated his own daughter. He had his daughter get fake root-feed pretty much to marry Triple H. You're gonna tell me you're gonna put it? Oh no, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't tell somebody that he's got cancer.
That's why it's
play it off as a storyline.
Yeah, it's definitely a sensitive subject.
Yep. It sells though.
That's
what it is. It comes down to the bottom line, and they're going to make money off of this, and everybody's going to buy into it. Oh, poor Roman. Look at him. He looks so good. You know why he looks good? Because he didn't have the fucking disease. And that's the way it is. Now we're selling T-shirts. We can overcome it. We can do this. Terrific. You just sold a couple million shirts.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
This is your opinion. Of course, everyone has their own opinion. The only person that knows the truth is Roman Reigns and Vince McMahon. And obviously doctors, if there were any involved. And it's definitely, like I said, a tough subject to talk about.
There definitely would have been some remnants. Somebody would have had pictures of him coming out of a hospital from getting treatment. He wouldn't look as good as what he does now.
Yeah.
Not that I would ever want him to have it. I'm not saying that, but
right, exactly.
He didn't have it. And it is what it is. And then people bought it hook, line, and sinker because a bunch of you guys are dummies.
Yeah.
And just fell for it.
Yeah.
And
right.
It is
so
what it is.
Going into the comments now because they're coming in. Dan Go, he's saying it's a $1 billion company. It's a $1 billion company isn't going to fake cancer.
No, because they would never fake it.
But he's saying billion. Yeah. So that's exactly what he's saying. This has to be true.
It's not. It's not. So, you're going to put it past them to say, because what are they going to say? We created a narrative for our audience to buy into. That's all they have to say. They're a wrestling company. They can get away with this. It is what it is.
Right.
Like you are really going to put this past Vince McMahon to do this?
And that's the thing. It's like, I don't know where to stand. It's like, I really hope, all I'm going to say is I really hope it's not fake. Because if whatever they're going to do with this, if it's a cheap pop to get cheers, I could see in 6 months where the crowd will be booing him again. If I could give it 6 months to a year, where the crowd will just turn on him again because it's going to be the same crap as before.
What's going to happen?
But I think the best way I can give you a storyline right now is it's WrestleMania 35. The main event is not the women. You're already happy. It's Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns screws Seth Rollins just like Seth Rollins screwed Roman Reigns out of his championship match back when he cashed in. And there you go. You have the greatest heel in the company right now, Roman Reigns. You finally did it. You didn't do it to John Cena, but you did it to Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns is basically going to tell you the only time you guys cheered for me was when I said I had leukemia.
And how stupid do you feel now that I'm telling you that it wasn't real? And
I don't think he'd go that far.
I think he should.
I don't think he'd go that far because then
they already fake cancer. You might as well finish the job.
Jesus Christ.
You might as well finish the job. I'm just saying.
Moving into the comments. Dane is saying, I'm sorry. I'm in the same boat with you, my union brother.
Let's raise a 51, brother.
That's right.
How's it going, man? Go to the meeting next Tuesday.
He's in the same boat as you as far as this whole Roman Reigns announcement. He said he literally looks the same as when I vacated the title. Let's see. It's not a cheap pop. Vince has been trying to get him over in every way possible by feeding him everyone. That's very true, Dane. Dan Go is saying now, in a world of public perception, his wife is in the White House. Something like this is just crazy talk. He wouldn't risk his whole company for Reigns to get a cheap pop.
How is it going to affect his company?
Just because it's like
you think that a storyline would sink the WWE because they offended some people? Are you kidding me?
You never know, man.
No, the WWE isn't going anywhere. It's not going to happen.
Patrick Ryan
a bad storyline, they could apologize and it'd be moved on within a month. Not even a couple weeks, and people would forget.
He would be the hatest person.
For a little while.
For a little while,
something else would happen.
Roman Reigns?
If Roman,
he'd be done.
Yes,
his career would be over.
I don't know if it'd be over.
Like as far as like,
I think a couple of years down the road he could probably turn face. But I mean, nobody wants to see him as a face anyway.
Yeah.
So what does it matter? You could have the hottest heel to ever walk the face of the earth.
Right.
But they're going to use this to get him the cheap pops that he got last week when he said, I overcame this fake disease that I said.
which now Patrick Ryan saying, I just doubt Reigns would agree to do that because of his kids. And,
yeah, because money doesn't talk.
In addition, he also went on Good Morning America. So now you're going out of the company. You're going to his actual world TV show.
Representing the company that creates a narrative.
Right.
To get people to cheer or boo for you. It's still the same thing. He's representing WWE. He can pass this off as I was told to do something. You don't think Vince would take the heat? Vince would absolutely come out and say, "This is the buck stops with me. It's my company, and this is what I want."
And you don't think that would tarnish the WWE's image?
No. How many dirty things have they done in the past?
I mean, that's the attitude. We're living in 20 years later, but
I know there's a lot of
I don't know where to stand on this.
I understand that people they have delicate sensibilities nowadays because we pampered you guys and given you trophies when you lost.
He's right.
But that doesn't mean that they wouldn't do this.
Right.
That's just because you couldn't fathom it. Oh my God, not you. Vince could though, because Vince wants to make money. That's the bottom line. It's always about making money. And what better way to make money at WrestleMania season than to sell more T-shirts, have a guy come back and beat a disease that he never had, sell the T-shirts, sell the tickets, get on Good Morning America, get on all these Today shows, do all this, pump it up, and everybody's going to watch. And people that weren't watching before will watch because, oh my God, he overcame this disease. And you guys are buying into it because you're idiots. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Going back to the comments, Kevin Silway Jr., my mom died from cancer. I believe that it's fake. Fuck WWE for doing this as a story. I'm sorry that your mom passed away from cancer. You're also on Bam's side here. Dango is back saying Vince is way too smart. Cancer, yes, it would destroy a company. Not with the foundation to fight cancer. Third highest paid W athlete.
How would this hurt them? Because now they're giving money into that program. They're just drawing attention to it. You can play that off like that too. Vince is a smart businessman. He can spend this any way he wants to spend this. There's just no way that you go through these hellacious. My grandmother died of cancer when I was a kid. I've had friends have cancer. I've had, there's many people that have, in my life that have passed away from cancer. Not one of them has looked the same in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. Those treatments are hellacious on your body. They've definitely faked this whole thing.
My buddy at work, who I think his sister had cancer or beat it, he was saying how they always get year for year. Once you have it, it's like you always get those yearly checkups. Yeah. Those physical checkups just to see. And who's to say that they didn't catch it where they caught it right from the beginning?
They very well could have.
They could have. And he was also saying this, like, Roman Reigns, like Danny's saying, is the third highest paid W athlete. He has money. So people like us who don't have as much money as Roman Reigns,
but guys like him want more.
Correct, but people like us who don't have all that money for all the treatment. Yeah. We only get parts. What can we afford? Roman Reigns could have possibly had every single bit of treatment that it beat it in 4 months.
He definitely could have beat it in 4 months, but his body would take a toll. That's what I'm saying. There's no sign of it.
Right.
And that's there would be some kind of
sign.
That's
why some people are thinking like this. I totally understand.
That's exactly what he wouldn't look as good as he looks. All right, terrific. He went through every treatment that you can buy. Guess what? That takes a toll on your body. It is what it is. It's going to take a toll. It will show.
Right.
And if you're going to buy into it and say that it's not, oh, no, he would. Why? Oh, so he's going to throw money on himself and then all of a sudden he's going to look the same? No, that's not how this works. Those are chemicals they're putting into your body to beat a disease that kills millions of people.
Right.
They're going to take a toll on you and you're not going to look the same. Right. So I don't know why they wouldn't do this. And he has, understandably, he can get the best treatment. Those treatments are still treatments. Jerry Remy goes through those same treatments, doesn't look the same. He looks great right now, but he still doesn't look as good as he did when he had it. Was it at the beginning of last season?
Yeah.
The beginning or the middle of last baseball season. We're starting a new baseball season. He still doesn't look like he's going to, like, he doesn't look 100%. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. It's like I said, very tough subject to talk about because, like, you don't know the truth. And go into some more comments before I end the show. Dane's saying it's a great PA stunt for WWE. The athletes don't pay for their own treatment. WWE pays for their treatment. Kevin's saying I don't agree. Don't matter how much money you have, he would never look like this. He would be sore and have a lot of ring rust.
Exactly.
So that brings me into the rest of my top rumor because he's being booked for all this, and
he wouldn't be able to do a full schedule.
Right. In regards to Reigns' opponent at WrestleMania 35, W is currently trying to figure that out at the moment with multiple options on the table. He's rumored to might be put in the main event of Seth versus Brock at Mania, which I don't like because he's taken away from Seth. But
that'd be his fourth win in a row.
I believe so. The fourth main event in the row.
The first one that he's ever going to get cheered in.
Yeah. And of course, there's also the original plan of Dean versus Roman at Mania because Dean is technically a babyface. I wouldn't mind that. Like, if Dean, you're on your way out, like, just turn heel again, I guess, on the real person you were supposed to turn heel with, and just book that. And you're Dean Ambrose, the guy who hates a guy who had cancer.
And you're going to tell me that he was emotional, right?
Correct.
So, if he was emotional in a good way, wouldn't you put him out there? He's showing emotion. He's happy his buddy's back.
Right.
His best friend just beat
cancer.
His
character has been weird. That's why it's like weird. It's like
but you've already squashed that.
Right. Now you've squashed it.
Yeah,
you definitely squashed it now.
It is what it is, and you're doing this and you're doing that. But if Dean Ambrose, who's actually a friend of Roman Reigns, was just emotional for him to come back, then they would have put him out there like they originally planned.
Right.
Was he angry that they were going through with it? That's what I'm thinking. Is that he was just angry and emotional that way.
Moving on to the rest of the rumor, though, of course, Fastlane is this Sunday. There is a rumor of Roman Reigns teaming up with Seth Rollins in a 2v3 match to go up against Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. As far as WrestleMania is concerned, there also is a rumor that they might do with Braun Strowman as a 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Or at Fastlane, they might do a 4-on-4 with Braun, Seth, the reunion of the Shield, basically, and Braun Strowman versus Elias with those three that I said before. As far as Dean Ambrose's role this Sunday, he will not be added to the match until the very end, but he will certainly be part of it if this match does happen of 2v3, because then he just evens the odds. The Shield is back. There's your fist bump to end the show, because that's going to end the show, of course. You're already going to not give a shit about Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
W officials backstage, of course, are still worried about Roman Reigns getting booed as a top babyface all over once again, just because they screw it up all the time. So, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised in 6 months to a year he is no longer being cheered and he's being booed once again.
It won't even take that long because people are going to get sick of him again.
So,
and then this was all for nothing.
Right.
And it's sad just like, because it's just back to the thing. Chemo was chemo, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Your body goes through it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It takes a toll. So this was all for nothing unless you're going to use it somehow to benefit the company, which eventually they will. I mean, they're already making money off it.
Yeah.
So you're going to say, oh, well, it's not worth it. It's already worth it for them.
So
they've already made money.
So Dango is saying, I'm holding WWE to a higher tier because I hope
that's your fault.
They would be smarter than playing this card.
That's your fault for holding them to a higher tier.
Yeah.
They're a wrestling company that creates a narrative. It's realistic right now. They create narratives. That's what they do.
Right.
This is a narrative that pulls on the heartstrings of a lot of people.
So to end the show, I have one last question for you, Bam. Dango has it for you. Bams, are you ready for WrestleMania?
I am ready.
I know, the card is still up in the air, but you already kind of have a plan of who's going to be what and who's going to face who.
I am ready, and I hope that when Brock faces Seth, he just destroys him. It won't happen. That's what I want.
Right.
I also want to see, obviously, Kofi. You know what I mean? Kofi's
yeah, Kofi Mania. Yep.
That there is a lot of good things happening for that company, and it should be interesting to see. Now, will I watch the main event? I'll probably watch some of it, but it's going to be late, and I'm not going to be upset if I fall asleep and miss it because again,
it is a long show. I will be there, so I won't fall asleep. There might be someone who's in our group that usually actually fell asleep once at in the Florida one.
It's a long show.
It is a long show. But Dango is giving me the 5-minute countdown. 5 minutes, Raw goes live. But we talked about WrestleMania. This is the Insider BA's road to WrestleMania. But I have that special announcement for you finally. It's a bracket of the greatest WWE wrestler of all time. #GOAT. #March to Mania. Starting tomorrow at noon. I'm going to first of all, after this show, I'm going to post that bracket with a brief description on how to play. Basically, you have it's going to be all Facebook polls. Yeah, let's say, for example, Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. That's going to be one of the tiers of the brackets, and it's like a March Madness bracket. It's just gonna make its way. It's a 31 matches that's gonna make its way to WrestleMania, which will be the main event. Is going to end that poll. I have it scheduled where however the polls make out. So you, the universe, are going to decide. You're all going to vote, and however the votes go is going to decide who moves on to the next round. And the winner at the end will be announced, or I should say, the poll of that last matchup will end Mania Sunday, April 7th, I believe is the date. Basically, the last actual match will have a few days. Every other matchup, round 1, round 2 of both sides. It's going to be one match per day. Every day at noon, there'll be a new poll that goes up, and it'll end in that same following day, noon to noon, basically of every single day. The winners move on. You make it to Mania. Basically, W Universe, I want you guys to decide, SmackTalk Universe, to tell me who you think the greatest superstar of all time is. WWE superstar of all time. I'm going to have fun with this bracket. That's for damn sure.
Definitely gonna be fun.
After the show, I will post it up with like I said, a brief description. And I just want you guys to vote. Vote every single day at noon. There's gonna be a new poll of the superstars. However, seeds they placed. You'll see that bracket shortly, right after the show. And hashtag March to Mania. Hashtag GOAT. Hashtag Insider BA's Road to WrestleMania Rumor Mill.
Like it.
Don't forget, this Thursday, the People's Podcast will be going live. The SmackTalk team will be giving you their Fastlane predictions, which right now there's only 2 or 3 matches announced. So tonight and tomorrow is going to be more matches announced, of course. Yeah. And because once again, they start the show early. But this Thursday, People's Podcast, don't forget to tune into that. We usually go live around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Bam, thank you for being my first guest on this special edition, the Unfiltered Bams Nadeau. Too sweet, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
That's going to end the show. Perfect. Next week, stay tuned for the second guest. I will announce who that is on Monday, a few hours before the show goes live. I think he's excited. You might have seen him in the comments today. I'll just leave it at that. With that being said, I'm Insider BA. He is the Unfiltered Bam Nadeau. Bams Nadeau.
That's right.
Brendan.
Hi, Jordan.
You guys have a good day. I'll see you next week.
I had to bust her balls. She's like, what the hell's you guys talking about?